Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Now remember when I said I might be doing a review for Aces Wild? Well, here it is. Now this game is currently 10 bucks on Steam, so if you do decide to pick it up after the review of the game, then it wouldn't be a 10 bucks wasted. But hey, it's your decision. Now let's get to the review. Now Aces Wild is a fast-paced beat 'em up that has a lot of aerial combat. If you do too good at the game will kick your ass from A to Z. If you're not doing so well, then the game will lower its difficulty back down to what you set the base difficulty as. But before we can even get into that, we have to discuss your first obstacle, which will be menu navigation and even game controls. To even navigate the menu, you first have to figure out what button on your keyboard and or gamepad control what. Now, while people can find this part kind of a deal breaker, sending some into refund rage, those who manage to overcome this slight hurdle won't have to worry about it later on. There are 3 characters to choose from, each with their own moveset, but don't worry, this game's fighting system isn't too in depth. For most of the game you'll be kicking ninja and other enemies' asses with 2 buttons, X and Y if you're using a gamepad which is emulated into a 360 controller, which I highly recommend, or whatever you set your rapid and crash buttons to on your keyboard, which I don't recommend. I really don't recommend using a keyboard for this game. Continuing with the talk of fighting systems, as mentioned before, on top of rapid attacks, which are your basic attacks, and crash attacks, which act like your heavy attacks, but use up your wild meter, which is below your health meter, which both are located at the top left corner of your screen, by the way. Let's take a look. You can also dash and dodge. Now dodging allows you to, dodge. And the dash can be used to either escape enemy attacks or close in on enemies. There is no combo system, so don't expect that. Don't expect, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 counter. You're just gonna be smacking the shit out of your opponent. Just mash those buttons until you kick everything on the screen's ass. I know the combat sounds like a giant meh, but don't lose interest just yet. If you can successfully dodge and press either your rapid attack or your crash attack button, you can counter the enemy, which is very useful, especially against those mini boss like characters and boss characters. Also, just to note, and please take note of this, boss characters will kick your ass the first time around, especially if you have been playing well during the earlier areas leading up to the boss. So don't rage quit, just tough it out. Woosah, my son, woosah. Let's move on to the visual aspect. Now, as you have already seen, the graphics aren't breathtaking, but I'm pretty sure they weren't meant to be. But the flashes from the combat aren't bad on the eyes. And alas, the really sad thing is, that's all there is really to say about the graphics of this game. I could go on and just make up stuff, but I'm pretty sure you hear enough bullshit on a daily basis. So, like I said, that's about it for the graphics. If you missed this part because it was so damn short, I suggest you rewind. Other than that, what you see is what you get. Story. Can you believe this game has one? If the answer is no, you can't, then you're wrong. Dead wrong. While the story is shallower than the graphics of the game, it's there nonetheless. You're basically part of this clan that likes to fight. So you enter this tournament, and you must win. Or if you do not win, then the deed to Ninja Clan Island or whatever gets shitted on and you lose basically. And your clan lose and yeah. And that's the story. Not much there, really, not much there. If you do not press start as soon as you load the game, then you'll catch the story. But if you're like people that just want to, kind of just get to the start screen as fast as you can, then yeah, you'll miss everything. So when you go to Steam after you buy it and you load the game up, don't press anything. Don't press a damn thing, and you'll see the story of the game that really doesn't matter because you just fight shit and fly and fight. But yeah, that's the story. Verdict. Last but not the least, my thoughts on the game are this. If you have 10 bucks to burn and you really don't see anything else on Steam you want and or need to buy right at the moment, but you do want a new game, I suggest you pick this up. You may just spend 10 minutes on it, or maybe 10 hours. Either way, it's a fun game and a good time killer. Remember though, it's not a AAA title. There will still be some bugs, which even I experienced when trying to do this game review. For some reason, Fraps and this game have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes they work together, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it makes you want to log off the computer. But hey, like I said, it's $10 if you have it to burn. Give it a shot. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and remember, join the dark side. Peace.